Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Okay.
Morning, sir.
Okay. Morning. Sorry,
Good
the
morning,
other
sir.
other machine as usual post problems. So I've come back to my old trusted machine. I'm sharing with you. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's some problem. Okay. We stopped somewhere here. I don't know. 363. 363. We stopped with this example, if I remember right. Then you have to find a constant A and B such that, okay, what were we discussing yesterday? I mean, last class, I don't remember. Okay, we had introduced the normal distribution and the other issues involved in it. We showed that normal distribution integrates to 1. And we did some, this is introduced standard normal distribution, standard normal. This is standard normal PDF with the area 0 marked. Okay, sometimes it is convenient. Okay, pi 0 for z greater than 0 given in triple A. This is CDF of all this stuff. We did some small. Uh, what is this background noise? People are not muted, or is from, the noise is from my side? Okay, this is illustrated next. Okay, now we'll start today's lecture from here. Next theorem, I don't know where we sort of showed this. It's very easy to show this. What is the next theorem shows that if x is a normal variable with mean mu and variance sigma square, then the random variable z equal to x minus mu by sigma that is distributed as normal. Again, that's also distributed as a normal random variable with mean 0 and variance 1. What is the CD? How do you show this? The CDF of z is this. So written in integral form, it becomes 6 minus mu whole square by 2 sigma square dx. Now the integral representing this, we use the change of variable integration given by w is equal to x minus mu by sigma, that is x equal to w sigma plus mu, and just substitute it to obtain this particular stuff. But this is the expression for the CDF of a standardized normal random variable. And hence z equal to, z is distributed as a normal random variable with the mean 0 and variance 1. So this is the simple integration. Acha, by the way, did you receive my handout 8?
Yes, sir.
Because there was some outage, Gmail was not working.
Sir, we
And
received it.
yeah, so you have received it. Okay. Somebody is recording this, Yamini?
Yes, sir. I am recording this.
Okay. Now this is it. And since fx is any random variable for which ex equal to mu and ex minus mu whole square so sigma square exist, this also can be proved. I think we proved it. And z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. It's a standard normal random variable. Then mu z equal to 0. That's exit. Sigma square z is equal to 1. This is again proved it. So the mean and variance of z are 0 and 1, no matter what the distribution of x. So we can always standardize any distribution by subtracting the mean dividing by the standard deviations. It always be, since it's got a standard score, the important aspect of the theorem is that if X is normally distributed, then Z is also normally distributed with mean 0 and variance 1. Z is often called the standard score associated with X. Okay, the above result on standard normal CDF can be used to find probabilities relating to X, leading to another useful formula. These are all formulas you should, I think you should take it down because we are going to do some problems, simple exercises with the help of the table that I had sent you the other day. What is that? Probability X is between A and B is given by this. For example, if X is normally distributed 3 with mean 3 and variance 16, then this is what you get. Find the other two with the help of the tables.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, so I have been marked only in the first mail. I had got only lecture 1 notes.
Who is this?
Me and yes, I don't know about Lakshay, but please mark me in the further mail, sir. I have not received anything till lecture 7,
Identify
other than
yourself.
lecture 1. Sir,
Identify
Paramila,
yourself.
sir.
How many classes have you attended so far, Paramila?
Okay, sir. I was busy
many
with
classes?
placements.
How many
So,
classes have you attended? And the same thing about others. I do have the attendance list. So your old bad habits continue. No matter whether you attend the course or retake the
sorry,
course.
sir. We were busy with placements. That's why, sir. We'll attend every class from now.
But you could have at least sent a mail. Did you? None of you. All those who are retaking the course, you did not even send a mail to me or to the S office.
Okay, sir. We're really sorry.
Your name is there in MSc 2020. You must be receiving all those handout that I've been giving you.
No, sir. Actually, my name comes separate, not with MSc 2020.
No, in my team. Oh, okay. So I'll have to check with the CC guys and add your names. Is this the same with all those who are retaking the course?
I have to ask about Lakshay, sir. I
There are
have
about
to ask about him.
5 of you retaking the course. Chaurasya, you, Lakshya, and Akshita, and somebody else.
Shibhanjan.
Shivanjan. I see none of you. So you have to tell everyone. I already 8 classes, and I have the attendance list. I started taking attendance only from the course. Your name is not there. None of your names is there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll make sure I'll inform them. Thank you, sir.
Okay, rest of the class, did you find?
Sir, is it 4649?
4649 is 0x less than 1. The other one should be 20.2029.
The second one I'll
Yes,
add.
sir. Yes.
Okay, this is 4649, so 2029. So check this. If x is normally distributed 2536, we find a constant c such that this is equal to 0.9544, then we want both minus so it's a probability that x falls within the two standard deviations of this mean is the same as the probability that the standard normal random variable z falls within 2 units. Standard deviations of 0. Okay, I'll be sending it now. Let's move on to an important another important topic: linear combination of normally distributed variables. Okay, I think this will be of use somewhere else. So the random variables x1, xk are independent, and if xi has a normal distribution of mean mu I and variance sigma I square, I is equal to 1 to k, I is equal to 1 to k, not 1 is equal to 1 to k. Then the sum x1 plus xk has a normal distribution of mu1 plus mu k, and the variance sigma 1 square plus sigma square k. Because it's independent, you simply add up the moment generating functions. Okay, that MIT denote the moment generating functions of xi for I is equal to 1 to k, and MT denote the moment generating function of the linear combination of the variable, that is the sum of x1 to xk, are independent. So this is exactly it. Minus infinity to plus infinity. Yeah, what is any of these things? So from the definition of MGF for a normal random variable, MT can be identified as the MGF, and hence the distribution of x1, xk must be as stated in the theorem above. Useful corollary is defined as follows: the random variables x1, xk are independent, and if xi has the normal distribution of mean mu I, this is okay. This can read it later. Okay, now this is the next important distribution. Okay, so you all know what a chi-square distribution. If chi-square distribution is nothing but this the standard normal random variable, the square of the standard normal random variable follows a chi-square distribution. So I'm going to say that, and I'm going to also display a proof of it. So if you understand the proof, well and good. It's very simple, nothing, but you don't have to remember the proof, because I won't be asking any questions involving the proof. But the chi-square distribution you have to remember. What is it now? So if the random variable is mu sigma square greater than 0, then the random variable Vx minus mu whole square by sigma square is equal to z square, which is distributed as a chi-square distribution with 1 degree of freedom. Okay, then how do you show this? B equal to sigma square, that is z is equal to x minus mu as a standard normal random variable. The
Sir,
CDF,
square less than equal to v,
which one?
like in the second bullet point.
What is that?
The CDF of GV equals probability of z square less than equal to v.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that's, I don't know where, but I'll correct it. Okay, so P equal to the next point is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that must be
Yes,
changed.
sir.
Yeah, that must be changed. So why that is with for v greater than or equal to 0, then GV can be written this way. So what is the 2 for?
It's symmetric around the mean, so
Yeah.
we take
So
2.
that's a 2. So 2 is 0 to root v, 1 by 2 pi e minus z squared by 2. If we change again the variable of the integration by writing z is equal to root y, then this is what we get. So we have g is equal to 0 and b is less than 0. So hence the PD of gb is greater than g prime b of the continuous type random variable is by one form of fundamental theorem of calculus. I just looked for explanation at this. So that's why I said, so the gb is a PD of it must be true that this is equal to 1. The change of variables x equal to b by 2 again is 1 by root pi gamma half. Gamma is equal to root pi. So it follows that v is after all chi-square 1 distribution. Oh, there must be connection with gamma distribution. Where did that come?
Yes, sir. So that is gamma integral, sir. E to
Yeah,
the
I know. I must have.
power.
I don't know. The gamma distribution must have come. I don't know. Okay, that v is equal to chi-square 1. Okay, this proof is incomplete. Okay, now don't worry about this proof. I just want you to know that this does follow chi-square distribution is that nothing but the square of the standard normal random variable. Okay, now the real thing starts. Bivariate normal. Let x and y be random variables with a joint PDF fxy of the continuous type. So many applications are concerned with the conditional distribution of one of them random variables, say y, given that x is equal to x, which is nothing but our linear regression, classical linear regression. Okay, suppose that we have an application in which we can make the following 3 assumptions about the conditional distribution of y given the values of x is equal to x. It's normal for each real x. Conditional mean is a linear function of x, which is nothing but your y is equal to x beta plus e. X given, so there is a problem. X given in the sense the capital X continues to be a random variable, but the random variable has already taken the value small x. Then its x is given. So that is very important. It continues to be a random variable. The moment it assumes a value x, then it becomes a constant given. So EYX is a linear function of small x. Its variance is constant. That is, it does not depend on the given value of x. What does this mean? One word, all of you done statistics, econometrics 1.
Elasticities.
Homoscedasticity. Homoscedasticity. Because I'm going to concentrate on this, because in a class I go and write the multivariate normal. Sir, how do we derive this multivariate normal? To the best of my knowledge, multivariate normal is not derived in any book. They just take the derive the bivariate and give the matrix version of it and extend it to the multivariate. That is, bivariate also is more than one already. When I say multivariate, n-tuple, x1 to xn. So that's what I mean as multivariate. So I thought, okay, let me at least explain the bivariate stuff. You write it in matrix form, it can be extended to the multivariate stuff. Concentrate on the last one, variance, homoscedasticity. Assumption 2, along with the results obtained using 1 through 4, derived earlier. What is that? 1 through 4 derived earlier. I don't know what is 1 through 4. Okay. EYX equal to mu y plus this is the same stuff. Covariance. Okay, let us consider the implication of assumption 3. The conditional variance is given by this, where HYX is the conditional PDF of y, given that x is equal to x. So multiply both sides by fxx and integrate on x. What will you get?
Sigma square y.
Yeah, what will be the right hand side? I've given you the left hand side. What will happen to the right hand side? Is it okay?
Sir, I didn't get
So
this
10 go to
part.
the previous slide once.
Yes, sir.
Multiply both sides by fxx and integrate on x. Fxx is nothing but the PDF. Only multiply, don't write the everything for
Okay,
him.
okay.
This is okay now?
Yeah, okay.
So the 6 now gives rise to, however, fyx, fxy is equal to fxy, isn't it?
Yes.
Means the
Yes,
right hand
sir.
side of this is just an expectation, hence it can be written as and since expectation is a linear operator and recalling that this is equal to sigma xy, we have sigma square yx equal to sigma square y to rho x rho y.
So what does it mean by saying like here we are considering like what is expectation is a linear operator?
Expectation is a linear operator is what? Exy, you just expand
E
it and take expectation. That's what I mean. What is a linear operator? Expectation of E plus A plus B is equal to expectation of A plus expectation of B.
okay, okay.
That's what we had seen. But you can't write Exy as Ex into Ey. You can write that way if and only if.
They're independent.
Yes, that's why. So linear operator means A plus B is equal to A plus EB, E minus B is equal to EA minus EB. So that's what I see. You just expand it and take expectation operator. That's what I mean as linear operator. Okay. So this is it plus sit with it and simple algebra only. So that is the conditional variance of y for each given x equal to sigma square into 1 minus rho square. These facts about the conditional mean and variance along with the assumption 1 will require that the conditional PDF of y given that x equal to xb. Oh my God, I don't know how I wrote this. Okay, this is it. I'm trying to prove this bivariate stuff because students keep asking me what is the multivariate stuff, as I told you. This is the proof for at least the bivariate stuff. Imagine how difficult it will be for the multivariate stuff, more than 2. Okay, these are all simple adjustments. There is nothing for me to explain here. Suppose we now assume additionally that x is normally distributed. That is the marginal PDF of x is equal to this. Joint PDF of x and y is given by the product hyx fxx, where it can be shown that there is some algebra there. Okay, this is it. Joint PDF. Okay, I'll send you the PPT. This don't waste time on this. Don't waste time on this. You just know bivariate normal distributed PDF. So in conclusion, we may point out that if rho equal to 0, then the joint PDF factors into the product of two marginal factors into two products. Hence, x and y are independent random variables. Of course, if x and y are any independent variables, not necessarily normal, then rho if it exists is always 0. We have shown this. Because in the bivariate case, rho equal to 0 does imply independence of x and y. Note that these characteristics of the bivariate normal distribution can be extended to the multivariate normal distribution with the help of the matrix algebra. Okay, I don't have the proof of it. I have never seen it in any book. If somebody sees this, please tell me. Distribution functions. Okay. Here is where uh, probably the difficulty level increases. What am I going to do now? Distributions of functions of random variables. Functions of one random variable. As the name suggests, we will discuss how to find the probability distribution of functions of one or more random variables. For example, we know the probability density function of x, but we want to know the PDF fx of fx equal to x squared. There are several different techniques for finding the distribution of functions of random variables, such as the distribution function technique and the change of variable technique and the moment generating technique. Where exactly do you come across these things? In econometrics, I'm going to later on introduce to you a method called the delta method. Must have come across delta method? People have come across delta method.
No, sir.
No, sir.
We'll see. Have you, Drishan? We'll see.
No,
We will
sir.
see. We will see in econometrics what is delta method. It's closely related to what we are going to see, and is closely related to what we have already seen, the Jacobian. What is this delta method? For example, you must have heard of elasticities.
Yes.
Elasticity, how do you calculate elasticities? You must know. You must know how you calculate elasticities given the regression coefficients.
Yes, sir.
No? We will see that also. Elasticity, when we come to econometrics, we will see the elasticities also. Okay. For example, this is very useful technique. All of you must learn this. In econometrics, I got quite a few exercises using this delta method. The basic idea is this. We come across this even in time series also. What is this? Suppose I have estimated a model. Take linear regression model, where the estimated coefficients, unknown vector of coefficients, the beta, and I've estimated this as beta hat is equal to x transpose x inverse x transpose y. So this is the estimated for beta for the classical linear regression model. Many times if E is normally distributed, beta also is normally distributed with mean beta and variance sigma square x transpose x inverse. So there's the variance of beta. Many times what happens, beta is normally distributed. For example, to calculate the elasticities will be calculated from the estimated betas. That means to say, what will be the distribution of these elasticities? Distribution of the elasticities also will be normally distributed. But how do you find the mean and the variance? Why do you need this? You need all these things for statistical inference. Okay, so all of these are completely related. This is one thing you must definitely be aware of. From the statistics point of view, we already seen it, the Jacobian. I'm going to come back to the Jacobian once again here later on, also here and from here onwards. In econometrics, we will see the same thing using some other methods called a delta method. And I got a lot of exercises and examples planned for you. So the bottom line is this.
Sir, is
Yeah.
this where we take log x instead of x and then try to re-estimate beta? That
is a simpler thing. That's a simpler thing. Is it Drishan?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a simpler thing actually. X log x equal to. Okay, now that you asked me this point, okay, there also Jacobian comes definitely, because x is a random variable. Now I'm defining another random variable y is equal to log x. Okay, you are correct. Okay, later on we are going to see what is called a likelihood or maximum likelihood. The mistake people do normally is they have a model for y is equal to x beta plus e, and they have another model for log y is equal to x beta plus e, and they straight away compare. That is a mistake. That's wrong. What do they have to account for? The Jacobian that arises out of the transformation. They have to subtract the Jacobian, then and only then these two are comparable. Okay. So what you say is the simplest case of transmission. What I have given also here is also the simplest transformation. So I have a random variable x. Now I'm defining y is equal to x square, which is a function in x. How do you tackle all this stuff? Given the distribution of x, what will be the distribution of x square? So the next few slides will concentrate on that. There are
Sir,
two
but
techniques for this. Yeah.
So I have a question. Sir, for Jacobian, we have to consider monotonic functions, like for monotonic transformations only. So how can we use Jacobian in this case? Like fx
You're
is equal
talking
to
of
x.
always increasing and always increasing or always decreasing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm coming to the point. You
Inputs.
have, okay, now I'm going to consider monotonic, as you say, always increasing. It can be always decreasing also, continuously decreasing also.
Yes,
Am I right?
yes.
Okay,
Yes,
there are
yes, sir.
two. Okay, I have two. What's that? I'm going to abstract from. I have always added something called one-to-one function. If you have noticed it.
Yes.
Many discussion are always added one-to-one function. Have you noticed it?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, there could be one-to-many function also. Am I right?
Yes. Sir, but
Okay.
in this case, sir, I wanted to ask is fx is equal to x square. Sir, how will we use Jacobian? Because x square is not a monotonic function. like for all x. If x is greater than equal to 0, then we can use Jacobian in that case because it becomes monotonic.
Have you not? Okay, that's another assumption I have always made. Fx is greater than 0 for most of the stuff.
Yes. So yes.
Okay, but this is the same question. Can the value of the PDF be unbounded? Is it this?
No, sir, I meant to say, sir, fx is equal to x square. Sir, for Jacobian, we require a monotonic transformation. Like fx has to be a monotonic transformation of x. So in this case, sir, if x lies between minus infinity and infinity, it doesn't it isn't the monotonic transformation of x. So here we have to consider x greater than equal to 0 or x less than equal to 0 only, so that the function becomes monotonic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, correct.
Even in the case of log, we cannot take negative values.
Log x is not defined for
Log
negative
x,
values.
yeah, that. So it rules out that case.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. So, okay, this I understand what else is correct. Okay, such as distribution function technique. You just see as they come. I am defining it for continuously increasing and continuously decreasing. That way it's monotonic. I'm not considering, I'm abstracting from all the other things and one-to-one function only. But that's not a correct thing to do, because later on I have a problem where it's one-to-many, but I'm constructing restricting myself only to one-to-one. I have an example down the slide, many slides down. Okay, so two things: distribution function technique, the change of variable technique, and the moment generation function. Here I'm going to introduce to you an important thing that you may not have heard of. Wait, see. We shall begin our exploration of the topic by focusing on simple functions of one random variable. For example, if x is a continuous random variable and we take a function of x, say y is equal to fx, then y is also a continuous random variable that has its own probability distribution function. We learn how to find the probability density function using two different techniques: the distribution function technique and the change of variable technique. Let's start with the CDF. Okay, let x be a random variable of the continuous type. I consider a function of x, say y is equal to rx, then y must also be a random variable that has its own distribution. No quarrel. If you can find a CDF, say gy equal to p, y less than equal to y is equal to p, u, what is this ux? Then that must be rx. That must be ux. Ux less than equal to y. So this is belongs to the area A. There is some problem. This must be Rx, or these two must be Ux. Okay. So R and U are nearby on the computer keypad? No. Okay. So this is fx dx. And the PDF is given by G prime Y. Okay. This relation is satisfied at every point Y at which G is differentiable. Look at this, average waiting time. Okay, Z is the rate at which customers are served in a queue. Z has a continuous CDF. The average waiting time is 1 by Z. So Z is one random variable and another random variable has been defined. This is a very simple example. If you want to find the CDF of Y, okay, P 1 by Z is equal to Y, P Z greater than equal to 1 by Y. Okay, Y equal to Y has been this is another problem. Okay. Fourth equality follows from the fact that Z has a continuous distribution, so that P, when it's at equality, I'm treating it as 0. So P is greater than Z greater than Y is equal to 1 minus F of 1 by Y. Is it correct from the definition of CDF?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see the fourth equality now. Later on it is different. Okay. Okay, look at this example. Let X have a gamma distribution. I don't think we have seen this distribution before. Have we?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the gamma distribution before?
Yes, sir.
Sir, not in class. Sir, not in class.
Oh.
Sir, not in your class now.
Okay. Acha,
Sir,
okay.
not in your class.
Okay. No. Okay, you are seeing it for the first time. Let me see. Let y is equal to e power x. Y is equal to e power x. Find the CDF, the PDF, the mean, and the variance of y. Is it difficult for you? Try. Let me see where it is in my notes. What is GY?
So can we use Jacobian in this case, because I don't know how to integrate that
Yes,
zero
sir.
to infinity, like
Why do you
zero
need
to
why do you need the Jacobian here? What is GY?
Sir,
Let me read it. What is GY? GY equal to P capital Y less than or equal to Y. Am I right?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Equal to
Yes.
P e power x less than or equal to Y.
Sir, x less than equal to ln y, sir. Probability
Log
of
Y.
x less
Okay.
than.
P x
Yes,
less than or
sir.
equal to log Y. Okay.
Yes.
Now write the GY. Now write the GY
Sir,
in integral form.
yes, sir. But integration, sir, we can't do that, sir. I don't know how to
What?
integrate that.
How do you
Zero
integrate
to
under that? No, what do you mean by that? In gy now equal to 0 to log y. Now your x has been defined as x less than or equal to log y. This is the
Yes,
standard
sir.
CDF form. Now
Yes,
see the
sir.
standard CDF form. So what will be it in integral form? 0 to log y. I've given
The
you
f.
the gamma f into dx, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now our job is to find the PDF. You have written the CDF. Now the PDF. What to do the PDF? You have to do
Differentiate.
how do you differentiate under the integral sign? You know the formula?
Newton's
Okay.
Leibniz.
Newton. Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, sir.
Okay, if you don't know the formula, I'll type and send you, but I can tell you this formula. What is the formula?
So why
d by
don't
dx
we?
of d, huh?
So why don't we use Jacobian, sir? It'll be easier because y
It'll
could
be
be
easy.
to the power. Yes,
I'm
sir.
in the change of variable technique, I'm going to use the Jacobian. I told you there are two ways of doing it. This
Yes.
is the CDF technique and the change of variable technique. In the change of variable technique, we'll use the Jacobian. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This is a CDF technique. Why I'm telling you, many times Jacobians could be problematic. Distribution CDF technique is many times very easy. So that's what the literature tells me. So that's why I've given you both. You are right. You can use the Jacobian in the change of variable technique. Right now,
Yes.
concentrate on the CDF technique. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Write the CDF. Okay. Now, from there, differentiate under differentiation
Yes,
of the
sir.
integral
I
sign.
got. Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
1 by y,
Just
1 by y, and
No, don't read. That is pretty complicated. I'll show you.
yes, sir.
That's pretty, I'm not complicated. That's a bit messy, even to read it. All of you know the rules of differentiation and the integral sign. Basically, how do you integrate when one of the limits is a function? I'm rewriting it this way. This is called the log gamma probability density function.
But here we cannot find CDF, sir. I couldn't find the integration. I got this at GY. We cannot integrate that, right?
Yes, sir. If
No,
the
yeah,
limits were till infinity, then we could use gamma.
Yes, I couldn't integrate that.
Yeah. You tried integrating GY.
Sir, capital GY, I was trying to integrate to find a function, not leave it in the integral form. That is why I got
No.
confused.
Oh my God. You did the same mistake I did it when I started doing it at the beginning.
Sir, if the limits were 0 to infinity, then it can be found.
Yeah, because of gamma.
This is
integral,
0
yes.
log y. No, this is the same as how do you find? Why not people then find CDF, solve CDF? If you can do that, you can always find. I told you, antiderivative of CDF is difficult to find. So that's why we do this. Is this okay now? This is
Yes.
now straightforward. So this
Yes.
is called log gamma PDF. Don't even try to remember this. If at all we need it, I'll give you a formula sheet or what is called a cheat sheet. I hope you don't do that in the exam. Hello?
Yes, sir.
You don't keep a cheat sheet. Remember these formulas. No, not this formula. The marginal PMF, marginal PDF, conditional PMF, PDF, and all those stuff. Okay, this is it now. Note that alpha sigma and alpha theta square are the mean and variance not of y, but the original random variable x is equal to log y. From the log gamma distribution, you can find the mu and the sigma square this way. How do I find this? How did I get this?
How will we integrate that log gamma distribution? Sir, it's so difficult.
Log gamma distribution. Log gamma
Yes, it
PDF.
is fine. Sir, expectation of y is equal to
So-
integral of y gy. So,
That
sir,
is the
how
only
can
way. That is the only way to find PDF. Mean and sigma square.
sir, from moment generating function also, but that will be more difficult.
That's more difficult.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah, that's a good. What should I say? If you don't get sleep, do that.
sir,
Who is this?
sir, Monalisa. Sir, I have a doubt in the previous slide.
Yeah.
So there, in case of gy, we are writing e to the power log y by theta. Shouldn't it be minus log y by theta?
What?
Sir,
Yes.
in the previous one, it's given e to the power minus x by theta. So when we are...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't,
It will be
I can't
minus.
understand that one.
Yeah. I think there could be a typo there.
Okay, sir.
Oh yeah,
That will be minus,
because x
right?
is equal, there is a minus there. Correct.
Okay,
There could be
sir.
a minus there. Right? Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, x is equal to log y. I'm just substituting for log y. Should there is a minus there? Yes, there's a
Minus
typo
log.
there. I'll correct
Okay,
it.
sir.
I
Thank
think
you.
I have to correct throughout. You are right. I have to correct throughout. Okay, second mistake. Okay, thank you. Log gamma PDF, and this is it right through the MGF. Don't worry. Who is that? Kanika?
No, sir, Monalisa.
Yes, sir. Yes,
No,
sir.
Kanika
I
talked about.
asked. Yes,
No,
sir. Yes, sir.
don't
Mu
worry.
and
I'll give you
variance.
simple sums only. I give you
Sir, I
simple
won't.
sums only. No. I won't.
Yes.
Come on. Look. I won't give you any problems where it takes me more than 5 minutes. Okay. I'll not give you any problem. Take it from me. So I assume it will take about 10 minutes for you or 15 minutes for you. I'll give you only such kind of problem. This is only if you don't get sleep, try to do that. Otherwise, forget it. Take it from me. This is the mu and this is sigma square. So this is all only for experience in all this stuff, how to manipulate around the arithmetic
Sir, but
formulas.
in this case, sir, how did they get mu and sigma square? I cannot understand that. Sir, how did they integrate? Sir, it's impossible. Like, I cannot integrate that function.
Okay, don't worry. You take it from me. Mu is equal to sigma square. Okay. So is it?
Okay.
I can show it to the camera. Do you see any of this stuff?
No, sir, I cannot.
You can. I suppose I show it to the camera. You see this? You see this? You see how messy that is. Do you want it to
Sir,
be shown?
send the picture. Sir, you send the picture to me, sir.
Later on,
Sir, I'll email you.
okay,
Sir, I'll email
I'm
you.
going to do that only. Somebody asked me the Schwarz inequality proof. It is somewhere there. Okay. Somebody asked me, you only asked me the MGF proof of something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
CLT
sir.
also, CLT also, I do not know. I'm going to assume that certain things. Okay. Look at this now. Try this. This is easier. This you should not have any problem. Okay, what is the interval of y here now?
0 to 1.
Now, okay, now for each value of y, such that the 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 1, what will be the CDF of
Sir,
y?
is it sir y? Sir, only y.
What is
And
y?
the PDF is 1 for 0 to 1.
What is GY? I think
Root y by 2.
you made a mistake about
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
you made a
So
mistake
is it
about
root y by 2?
1 by 2.
yeah, no.
Ah.
GDF is only simply root y.
Yes, sir. It's root y. Yes, sir.
Because the limit should be from minus y per half to y per half because it's a square. So the x is a square. Y is
Yes,
equal to x
sir.
square.
Yes, sir. I made a mistake.
It's equal to root y. So PDF, CDF will be root y, and for the PDF it should be
1 by 2 root y.
okay 1 by 2 root y. 1 by 2 root y. Look at this. Functions of one random variable continue. Okay, another technique that is often used to find the probability distribution of functions of a random variable is the change of variable technique, which does not entail finding the CDF. Okay, okay, is this an advantage or not? I'm not sure because there are many problems where CDF is necessary. There are many problems where this may not work. CDF way will work, but let's see, since both are discussed in the literature, look at this. Let X be a continuous type random variable with PDF fx. It support C1, C2. We begin this, yes. We begin this by discussion. Just a minute. Okay, sorry, somebody was there at the door. Okay, now continue. Okay, y is equal to ux is a continuous time increasing function. Okay, somebody asked me this. Continuous time increasing function of x with inverse function x equal to by. Okay, the support of x, namely C1, in between C1 and C2 maps on to, because it's a function, so it will be a function of C1 and a function of C2. That will be the support of y. So what will be the CDF of y? Gy is equal to py less than or equal to y equal to pux less than or equal to y, but px less than or equal to by. Now y is between d1 and d2, since u and v are continuous increasing functions. Gy equal to 0 for y less than or equal to d1, that is at the end point. Gy equal to 1 for y greater than d2. Okay, so this to me is the convincing answer to the probabilities at the end point or the boundaries. Okay, because Gy was 0, nothing is there. Gy equal to 1, there's nothing to accumulate after the probability has reached 1. Okay, so if 1 makes sense. What will be the integral for Gy now? That is the CDF of Gy in integral form.
from UC1 to UC2.
Rishan, check. What do we get now? Integral in the form of?
Sir, integral fx for the limits will be c1 to vy.
Vy. C1 to Vy. Look at this.
So can you show the previous slide once? Okay. Yeah, C1 to Vy.
Now this is again, oh, this here I given the formula here. So the derivative g prime y, gy of such an expression is given by g prime was gy is equal to f vy, y function of y, function of a function, so functional. So the first derivative of y vy, of course g prime y is g is equal to 0, and we may get g d1 equal to g d2 also equal to 0 for the same stuff. Okay, look at this formula. To illustrate, consider again the example of x having a gamma distribution with y is equal to e power x, where x is a PDF. What is C1 here?
0.
C2?
Infinity.
D1?
One.
1.
D1 equal to 1, D2 equal to infinity. X is equal to, what is the function? X equal to log y equal to Vy. Can we say that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. V prime y equal to 1 by y.
Yes.
Okay. So now I can write the PDF. What is the PDF? Oh, again the minus is missing. Very sorry. I must have copy pasted this. Okay. Which is the same result as that obtained before with the same mistake. Sir, continuous decreasing function. Somebody asked me this question. So either it is continuous increasing or continuous decreasing. The mapping of C1 x is equal to, same with decreasing functions we have using calculus. This is the same stuff now. That only thing is now it's a negative infinite. This also follows the rules of differentiation under the integral function.
Sir, why are we taking minus v prime y?
This is the rules of the integration. Now the limit here is, see the limit here. I have changed the limit.
Okay.
I have
Okay,
changed
sir,
the limit, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah?
Yes, sir, I got it. Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
the minus. That's hence the minus. The same thing. Now note that in both the increasing and decreasing cases, we could write. Is it okay now?
Sir, can you please go back one slide? Okay, so now we are taking the decreasing functions.
Yeah, continuous decreasing function only.
Okay.
That's the minus, because the limits are shifted, change the limit. Hence the minus. Now take both increasing and the decreasing cases. SY is a support of Y found by mapping the support of say X and SY. Absolutely will assume that GY is non-negative. Thus, in the change of variable technique, we obtain the PDF of Y directly by passing the determination of an expression for the CDF of Y. Somebody asked me about the Jacobian. I'm coming to the Jacobian when we discuss with example. You will find why Jacobian is difficult. Why Jacobian is difficult? Why is finding Jacobian is difficult? Because mapping the support from X to the function that you have defined Y is a challenge even to the best of statisticians. Okay, Kanika, you asked me this question, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, I have very simple examples, because mapping in every statistics book, you say it is the biggest challenge. It tests even the best statisticians. I have taken only, I don't know whether, yeah, we'll have time to discuss it. I have taken some very simple example. Okay, so for our class, we'll stick to that. And as you say, Jacobian is is one of the most preferred ways, but mapping the support is very difficult. So that is why probably people take this, but most of them use only the Jacobian also. I will see examples. Okay. Now for this is the answer.
Sir, in the case of Y equal to e to the power x, in that case, it is very easy to find the support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to give you, if I remember correct, I have x1. When I come to join, I'm going to give you example. x1, x2 or join PDF. Now I'm defining another variable y1 is equal to x1 by x2, y2 is equal to x2. Okay, we'll see. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to support from you only. So I have some 2-3 simple examples, and in the review question, I'll send you some practice questions with very simple, where you can very easily map from the support of X to support of Y. Okay, but complicated questions I will not. But the idea you'll get it. Okay, now let's go to the next point. Try this. Is it okay? Is it okay? Go through this. It's very easy. The support is 0 to 1, 0 less than y less than 1.
Yes.
Do you get the point? This is a uniform distribution because gy is constant throughout its interval on its constant on its support. Can we go to the next slide? Where are others?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are others? Let me see their faces. How many are there? This meeting 50. I hear Kanika. Okay. Gunika came. Yashika Chug. I've never seen her. Are you there? Pradishta Chaturvedi is a PhD student.
Yes, sir.
Yashika is there. Okay. Yamini Jam. You are recording it, I suppose. Okay, yeah, you are recording it. Okay. Okay, let us see. Ananya Srivastav, Anas Khan, Anubhav Harish. You see the names. Abhi Gupta, Chitralekha, Sudhaka, Deboji, Deepali. Drishan is there. I hear only these three people repeatedly. Mona Lisa? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, no, okay. Pooja Mahato, Ritika Paul, Sanjana. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Next slide. What will be GY?
Sir, I might be wrong, but is it 1 by 50 into 3, like into 3 by 50 into 1 minus 1 by 5 ln y by 10 whole square, like the from 1 to that ln y by 10 whole square, and y lies between 10 and 10 e to the power 5.
Correct. That support is correct, but the answer is 0 otherwise, right? 0 otherwise. Always
Yes, 0 otherwise. Yes, sir, 0
okay.
otherwise.
And the 3 into 1 minus log of y by 10 by 5 whole square.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got that. Yes.
Okay, good. Good, good. So you are not afraid of doing the integration. There is no integration involved here.
Yes, sir.
You have done all this before? Some of you?
Sir, can you show the answer?
No, okay, I'll show you. Have you done some of this before?
On okay, okay, okay.
Okay, some of you have done all these things before.
So we had this in
So we
our
had this in our
stats optional course.
My God, this is your, you did BA Economics or BA Statistics? BSc Statistics.
Sir, BSc
BSc
Economics, sir,
Economics, but we
BSc
had
Economics.
In
the-
optional courses, all these things are taught?
yes.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
oh my
So we
God.
were also taught like how to derive the normal distribution,
Yes,
like T
sir. Even
distribution
yes, sir.
and F distribution,
Oh
like
my
with
God.
charts, integrals, and Jacobians.
Okay, so this is much
So we
easier
were taught
than,
gamma distribution and beta distribution also.
oh boy. Oh, this is much easier than that. Oh, the optional course was completely statistics or?
Completely statistics.
So
Okay,
fully stats, yes, sir.
okay, okay. So that is right. Okay. Okay. Let us finish this section by mentioning a theorem which has many applications. I hope you must have seen this also. Have you heard of probability integral transform?
No, sir.
No, sir.
This is very important. Why is it important? This tells you how to transform any continuous random variable into a uniform distribution. And hence the name transform. Okay, this is very useful in simulation, especially in all sorts of simulation. And this is also used in forecasting. In forecast, you must have heard of point forecast and interval forecast. There is something called density forecasting. It is very useful for the risk managers. Okay, so in this density forecasting, to find the confidence limits and to do basically statistical inference, this kind of probability integral transform is very helpful. Okay, so the econometrics field, or rather many of us in this econometrics field have not exploited the idea of transform that the mathematicians do it so well. If something, what is a transform? Something cannot be done in a particular domain, it's possible to transform it to another domain where everything is possible. So do it there and do the inverse of it to get the answers in the original domain. So this is the simplest stuff. Look at this. Probability integral transformation. What is that? Let X have a continuous CD of F. Then what Y is equal to Fx. What does that mean?
So PDF of Y is the CDF of X.
Okay, so this transfer. I'm just transforming the CDF of X. Can we say this? So this transformation is called the probability integral transformation. So distribution of Y is a uniform distribution on the interval 0, 1. How? Look at this. That is generally saying at the end point. The CDF of Y, can we write like this? Because I have defined it to be Fx, Y is equal to Fx. Go through it. What is F inverse Y?
Sir, assuming that F is bijective, otherwise we can't take the inverse like that.
Yeah.
So the P value of
No, what is F inverse Y?
Quantile.
quantile, the P value.
Equal to
Quantile.
Fx. How do you retrieve X? How do you retrieve X?
Sir, from the table.
No, no, no. For this problem, this is nothing but the inverse of Y. Can I say that?
So for that case, we have to consider F as bijective, right? We haven't, like in the previous slide, we haven't mentioned that, or monotonic anyway.
Yeah, all those stuff I'm going to remember. Hello, Kanika.
Yes.
All those things I'm abstracting from, because I say the next possible question is what if it does not.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
So, okay, so can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Because there's some problem again, bad network quality. The other computer is not working. Is it okay? Can you go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Of one random variable x with PDF of fx. In particular, in the continuous case, if y is equal to ux was an increasing or decreasing function of x with inverse. Let us expand this to a bad network quality. Okay. Let us extend this to transformation of two independent variables. A word of caution is necessary here. What is it? If the function does not have a single valued inverse, the determination of the distribution of y will not be as simple. And one has to exercise special care in those examples. Okay. When two random variables are involved, many interesting problems can arise. In the case of a single valued inverse, the rule is about same as that of one variable case, with the derivative being replaced with a Jacobian. Now, okay, Mr. Karnika, now be ready. See. If x1 and x2 are two continuous type random variables with joint PDF f of x1 and x2, and if y1 equal to a function of x1 and x2, y2 is a function of x1, x2 as the single valued inverse. I have to say that single valued inverse x1 equal to now v1 y1 y2, x2 equal to v2 y1 y2. Then the joint PDF of y1 and y2 is the determinant of the Jacobian. It's again a function of the function y1 y2 in the support S1, where Jacobian is the determinant. Next, consider this. Of course, we find the support of by considering the mapping of the support S of under the transformation y1 is equal to. This method of finding the distribution of y1 and y2 is called the change of variables technique. The change of variables technique, we normally use the Jacobian for more than two or more random variables, the linear function of two or more random variables. It is often the mapping of the support S6 into that SY is the most challenging. Okay, let's see the example. In most cases, it is easy to solve for x1 and x2 in terms of y1 and y2. That is in terms of the inverse function. x1 equal to v1 y1 y2, x2 is equal to v2 y1 y2. Then to compute the Jacobian. So instead of x1 here, do x1 replace it with the inverse functions. Do v1 y1 y2 with do y1 do v1 equal to y1 y2 do y2. This. Okay, let's next consider some example. Take this example. Let's see. Let's do the mapping first. Shall I tell you the example?
Yes, sir.
Very simple
Yes,
example.
sir.
Okay, x1 has to have the joint PDF f of x1 x2 equal to 2. The joint PDF f of x1 x2 equal to 2. And what is the support of x1 x2? 0 less than x1 less than x2 less than 1. I'll repeat, joint PDF f of x1 x2 equal to 2. The support 0 less than x1 less than x2 less than 1. The transformation y1 equal to x1 by x2, y2 equal to x2.
So could you please repeat the last
y1
part?
equal to x1 by x2, y2 equal to x2. So find the Jacobian of the inverse using the inverse function. Be very easy.
Sir, is the Jacobian y2? I mean the determinant.
Yeah, y2. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Using the inverse function. y2. Okay. Okay. Now, what will be the PDF of y1, y2? The joint PDF of y1, y2 using the rule. Using this rule.
Only y2.
Joint PDF of y1, y2. Somebody said the answer. What is that?
So y2.
Where is the Jacobian? Where is the fxy? y2 is nothing but the
Sir,
Jacobian.
sorry, 2y2. Sorry, sir, 2y2.
2y2. Remember, you have to use this formula. You have to use this formula. Now you find the
Yes, sir,
data
yes.
determinant to be y2. This is nothing but 2 given to you, isn't it?
Yes,
f of
sir,
v1,
yes.
y2 is nothing but f of xy. I given to you as 2. So the joint PDF of y1, y2 is simply 2y2. Can I say that?
Yes, sir.
What will be the support of y1 and y2?
So 0 to 1 for y1.
Same for both y1 and y2.
Sir, I might be wrong, but will it be 0 to 1?
For both, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay, next question. I have the solution right now, but I'm going to ask you this very simple problem, isn't it? So what will be the marginal PDF of y1? That is g1 y1.
Sir, 1.
Correct. That's one. What is the marginal PDF of y2? That is G2 y2.
So 2y1, 2y2.
2y2. Okay. Now check y1 and y2 are independent. Hence y1 and y2 are independent.
Yes, sir.
Even though the computation of y1 depends very much on the value of y2, still y1 and y2 are independent in the probability sense. Is it okay? This is the solution. This is the solution which you have done so correctly. Boundaries are present, not part of the support. Okay, now, what is this? Why this? Let's see how they map. Okay, let me ask this question. Consider Sx. The boundaries 0 and 1 are not part of the support. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is not necessary, but as a practice, but still let us see how they map. We'll start from the boundary and we say everything lies inside the figure. Okay, what will be the mapping for points for which x1 equal to 0 and x2 is between 0 and 1? How do they map onto y1 and y2?
Y1 is 0 and Y2 is between 0 and 1.
Okay, that's it. Next, the points for which x2 equal to 1, again we are starting from the boundary. Okay, points for which x2 equal to 1, x1 0 less than or equal to x1 less than 1, map into y2 equal to, okay, let me give this. This is the mapping. Even though it is not necessary to solve it, sometimes it is very useful to draw the figure to get the support of y properly.
Sir, I didn't understand the relevance of restricting ourselves to one-to-one mappings.
Relevance is simply to make our life easy. That's it. See the last bullet point. This is many to one mapping and we are restricting ourselves to one-to-one mapping. Do you see the double exclamation mark there, Kanika?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that
Yes,
is one
sir.
way
Yes.
to make our life easier. Shall I give you a homework for you? Hello, class.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're all awake?
Yeah.
Drishan, Kanika, whoever is there, I hear you only these two. Others also say the names. I see here different voices also. Shall I dictate a homework for you because I don't have it? Okay. Okay, this is the answer. Oh, several random variables is next what we'll be taking in the next class. Okay. Now, shall I dictate a homework for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
X1,
sir.
X2, X1, X2 independent random variables. Okay, each with PD of fx equal to e power minus x. Fx e power minus each have the same random variable e power minus x, 0 less than x, 0 less than infinity, 0 less than x less than infinity. This is a quite a normal distribution. What is this?
Exponential distribution.
Standard exponential distribution. Can you see this? consider y1 equal to x1 minus x2. Consider another random variable y1 equal to x1 minus x2, y2 equal to x1 plus x2. Did I tell you at the beginning x1, x2 are independent random variables?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what will be the joint PDF? What will be the joint PDF?
Product of the
e to the
marginal.
power
E power minus x1 minus x2, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes, sir, yes.
So x1 support between 0 and infinity, x2 support between 0 and infinity. You are defining another two random variables, y1 equal to x1 minus x2, y2 is equal to x1 plus x2. Okay, quickly, what will be the Jacobian? Through the reverse function, through the inverse function.
Sir, I might be wrong, but is it half?
You are quite correct. Why do you always have this doubt?
Sir, because it's calculation, sir, we make silly mistakes at times.
Okay, this is half only. Okay, can you find the joint PDF of y1 and y2? Later on, not now. Take as an example. That's very easy. You can write it immediately because half into e power minus y2. That's it. Okay. Okay, this is example. We'll continue in the next class. The next class, I'll start from this. How to extend this to several random variables. Like for example, this I have to make it in a frame wise. This is not done in frame wise, PPT wise. I have to make it bullet points. Example, and this is how I'm going to go. Okay, this start next class from several random variables. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Is this?
Yamini.
Yes.
Sir, I wanted to say this on behalf of some of us that we are new to most of this stuff and we would like to get a hold of things. So can you just suggest us that we could like practice from something, or you said that you would be sending review questions?
I will send you review questions by this weekend.
All right, sir.
Okay, let me tell you, those of you who have not done, it could be intimidating. Many of these things could be intimidating to you. Okay, so I repeatedly tell you, get a hang of the first principles and also get a hang of the formulas. For heaven's sake, do not mug them up. Okay, review questions.
Right,
my slides contains a lot of examples. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my suggestion would be don't look at the slides, redo all the examples. Okay, redo all the examples. So do it once or twice, you'll get the first principles correct, and after that it will be easy. Let me tell you, I will not ask a question which is going to take me 4 or 5 minutes. So in your case, nothing that is going to take more than 10 minutes. Okay, so don't start reading between the lines. Oh, this has got 10 marks. There must be some difficulty in it. No such thing. People fall for it. Okay, so at the side of a gamma distribution and all those stuff. Take it from me. I will not ask questions involving gamma distributions and all those stuff. Understood?
Sir,
Who is this?
this is Garima.
Yeah. This is Garima or Gaorima?
Sir, it is numerology. My name is according to numerology, so it is pronounced Garima.
Okay, tell me, Garima.
Sir, today's class, I could not understand anything after 10 o'clock.
What was it at 10 o'clock?
After chi-square distribution, I could not understand anything. I mean, I have not done all this before. I did not have stats pass. So I really could not understand anything.
Okay,
so
what do you suggest? What do you suggest?
So I would try reading the slides and doing things on my own.
Yeah.
Even after that, I could not understand. So, sir, can you please arrange for an extra class for me or people like me who could not understand?
Extra class for you. You know how I'm
Or
already
something
teaching.
like that.
I'm teaching 3 lectures per week. I have my own work to do. There are a lot of meetings there. I'm completely tied up. You do one thing. Whatever doubt you have, you can talk to me or mail me anything that I can do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can always mail me. I'm available in the office from 10 to 1 and from 2:30 to probably 7. So you can mail me. I'll get back immediately.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Do one thing. My slides are self-contained. You sit with it. Don't get bamboozled. Sit with it and write it once and you will get it. Okay.
Sir, I do that.
Okay. Have you done that with the slides that I've sent you so far?
Sir, half of it.
Why? Because 18th is exam, 26th is exam. You must be through at least once. Once or twice you go through it, it should be all right.
Sir, I write them down. That's why it takes time.
Okay, now. Oh, no. Okay, that way. As and when I show it. Okay, that takes time. All right. But I'm going to send you practice questions. You see the practice questions. Some of them will be very easy. Some of them will have to be worked through. That's the only idea. I'll send you some practice questions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, last time the average score for the first test out of 30 was 28 or something, 25 or something. Does that give you some relief?
Sir, it is not about the score. It is about understanding.
Oh, great. You will understand it. You will understand it. You do the practice questions. You do all the examples. You redo all the examples that are done in the class. You will understand it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Can we leave now, all of you?
Sir, you please send that like log gamma distribution, mu and variance, please.
Can you see the? Am I visible? This is visible on the camera. I have the
No, sir, it's not visible, sir. I can't see.
slightly messy because I've written in pencil.
Sir, you just click the picture. I'll mail it to you today and you just click the picture and send it to me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we leave now? Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
bye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.